Today we are going to start with second part of the chapter surface chemistry. Today we will talk about types of adsorption. Depending upon the nature of attractive forces existing between the adsorbate and adsorption, adsorption can be classified as physical adsorption or physiosorption and chemical adsorption or chemisorption. In physiosorption, the forces of attraction between adsorbate and adsorbent are van der Waals forces, whereas in chemical adsorption, the forces of attraction between adsorbate and adsorbent are strong chemical bonds. Physiosorption has low enthalpy of adsorption, that is 20 to 40 kilojoules per mole, whereas in chemical adsorption, enthalpy of adsorption is high of the order of 200 to 400 kilojoules per mole. Physiosorption is observed under conditions of low temperature, whereas chemisorption takes place at high temperature because here formation of chemical bonds require activation energy. Physiosorption is not specific, whereas chemisorption is highly specific. In physiosorption, multimolecular layers may be formed, whereas in chemisorption, monomolecular layer is formed as it requires the formation of chemical bonds. Physiosorption is reversible, whereas chemisorption is irreversible. Physiosorption decreases with increase in temperature as it is an exothermic process. Chemisorption first increases with increase in temperature because the molecules require activation energy for the formation of chemical bonds. Once that activation energy is achieved, then usual process of decrease with increase in temperature takes place. Physiosorption, no activation energy is required, whereas in chemical adsorption, high activation energy is needed. Physical adsorption depends upon the surface area. It increases with increase in surface area. Chemical adsorption also increases with increase in surface area. You can see the graph here. This XYM, this is the extent of adsorption. The graph is with temperature. You can see the extent of physiosorption decreases with increase in temperature. But for chemical adsorption, it first increases as the molecules gain activation energy. Once that activation energy is achieved, then the usual process starts, that is decrease in adsorption with increase in temperature. Freundlich adsorption isotherm. This adsorption isotherm gives us the variation of extent of adsorption with pressure. Here the temperature is kept constant. X is the mass of the gas adsorbed, m mass of adsorbent. So x by m is extent of adsorption. P is pressure. Then x by m is directly proportional to P raised to power 1 by n, or x by m is equal to K P raised to power 1 by n, where K and n are constants which depend upon nature of adsorbent and the gas at a particular temperature. Here value of n is greater than 1. At low pressure, X by M is directly proportional to P. So this is a line. At high pressures, X by M becomes independent of the pressure. But if you see in between, you find a curve. So the general equation becomes X by M is equal to Kp raised to power 1 by N. Taking the log of both sides, it becomes log X by M is equal to log K plus 1 by N log P. So this is an equation of straight line. Y is equal to mx plus c. On y-axis we will take log x by m. On x-axis we will take log p. The intercept will be log k and the slope of the line will be equal to 1 by n. So this isotherm explains the behavior of adsorption in an approximate manner. The factor 1 by n can have values between 0 and 1. So this equation holds good over a limited range of pressure only. Now adsorption from solution phase. Solids can adsorb solutes from solution also. For example, when a solution of acetic acid in water is shaken with charcoal, part of acid is adsorbed by the charcoal and so the concentration of acid decreases in the solution. Similarly, when litmus solution is shaken with charcoal, it becomes colorless. The precipitates of magnesium hydroxide attain blue color when precipitated in the presence of magnesium reagent, and the color is due to the adsorption of magnesium. Extent of adsorption decreases with increase in temperature, increases with increase of surface area, depends upon the concentration of the solute in the solution and depends upon the nature of adsorbate and adsorbent. The behavior, or we can say adsorption from solution, is given by Langmuir adsorption isotherm. This Langmuir adsorption therm is similar to the Freundlich adsorption isotherm. Only difference is that instead of pressure, here we take concentration of the solution into account. So here the formula becomes X by M is equal to K into C raised to power 1 by N. So this equation is similar, only P is replaced by C. Taking the log of both sides, log x by m is equal to log k plus 1 by n log c. Now applications of adsorption. Adsorption has many applications. For example, in removal of coloring matter, as I have told you, during the decolorization of coloring matter from the sugar solution when it is passed over the animal charcoal. In dyeing, in softening of water, chromatography, precipitation titrations using adsorption indicator, gas marks, in separation of noble gases, in preserving vacuum. Here, activated charcoal is placed between the walls of the flask so that any gas which enters into the annular space gets adsorbed. Gas masks are the devices containing suitable adsorbent so that poisonous gases present in the atmosphere gets adsorbed. Sugar is decolorized by treating the sugar solution with charcoal powder. The latter adsorbs the undesirable colors. Catalysis. Gaseous reactants are adsorbed on the surface of solid catalyst. As a result, concentration of reactants increases on the surface and hence rate of reaction increases. This we will study in detail also in the second part of this chapter. Adsorption indicators. Various dyes owe their use to the adsorption have been introduced as indicators, particularly in precipitation titrations. Control of humidity. You might have seen these types of bags whenever you purchase some shoes or some water bottle from the market. So these contain silica gel which adsorb moistures from the atmosphere. Softening of hard water. This you have also studied in class 11th. Use of ion exchangers for softening of hard water is based upon the principle of adsorption. So you can see here, in contact with hard water, the calcium and magnesium ions get adsorbed over the resin and sodium ions are set free. Chromatographic analysis. This also you have studied in class 11th. Selective adsorbent of certain substances from the solution by a particular solid adsorbent helps in the separation of components of a mixture.